Yoda. Yoda, where are you, buddy? So we're just about ready to start the show, but I can't find Yoda anywhere. He's disappeared. Yoda, we're ready to start the show. Where are you, buddy? Oh, there you are. Are you ready? All right, well, come on. Let's go. Get in your spot. 2, 3, 4!
Come on, sit down, what are you waiting for? You idiot, come on, let's start the show already, come on!
Alright, ladies and gentlemen of the internet, welcome back to my little movie review show. That's right, this is the little thing that I like to call FPS in 60 seconds. No, that's not frames per second. This is, of course, films people saw in 60 seconds. This is where I'm going to start a timer on my phone and talk to you about movies that I've seen recently and tell you whether or not I think you should watch it immediately or run the hell away in the opposite direction as fast as you can. Now, we got a hot, sweaty day today, so let's get things rolling as fast as we can before it turns into a puddle on the floor. So if you're ready, I'm ready, and Yoda's ready, what are we waiting for? Let's kick this battleship off properly with a little movie called Dunkirk. That's right, Christopher Nolan's new little war project, and I want to say overall that this movie is absolutely beautiful and phenomenal and just absolutely enthralling to watch. The cinematography is absolutely breathtaking. Literally, there were some shots in this movie that I went, and I could not breathe because it was just that beautiful to look at. Also, the dog fights in this movie were absolutely stunning and really stole the show for me. The beach scenes, again, were great, but a lot of the acting in this movie was a little stale, a little one note, and you could even call it dead in the water, maybe, so to speak, maybe. I mean, you got Cillian Murphy, you've got Tom Hardy, of course we got Scarecrow and Bane back, and of course Bane's rocking another mask, so let's just run with that gimmick, because that's fun, right? I think, however, that this movie suffered a little bit from being a PG war film rather than a 14A or R film. War is not for kids. Why are we making these war films for kids? Add a little bit of gore, add a little bit of swearing. I'm not asking for a Quentin Tarantino Saving Private Ryan gore fest, but a little bit of blood and a little bit of swearing would have added to the authenticity of the movie for me and made those punches land a little bit harder. But overall, definitely worth watching. The timer's going off, so that's all I can say about that movie. So let's give it a rating. I'm going to give Dunkirk a solid 4 holy hand grenades out of 5. Definitely well earned despite my personal grievances with it. Go watch this movie. You won't regret it. It's fantastic. Alright, moving on to the next movie is a little thing called Valerian and the City of 1,000 Corpses. The City of 1,000 Planets, sorry. Although I think City of 1,000 Corpses would have been a much more entertaining movie because the plot in this movie was just absolutely disgusting. It was so bland and just gross. Like there was no chemistry between the two main actors, the Chronicle Kid and the Huntress. It was just so cringeworthy that there was no need for them to be romantically involved. If they'd been siblings or cousins, or not related at all, just not romantically engaged, it would have been a much better film because it wouldn't have had that stale element to it. Even Clive Owen's acting in this movie was less than to be desired. However, I gotta say that the cinematography and the visuals in this movie were just, again, stunning, breathtaking. The planets that they took you to, the creatures that they pulled from the graphic novel were absolutely amazing to watch. And I had one of the coolest concepts in a movie that I've seen in a long, long time, being a flea market in an alternate dimension. That was super cool and definitely worth the watch alone, but does not stack up against The Fifth Element or Leon the Professional. Shut up, shut up, shut up. I know, you never let me talk enough. Ugh. So that being said, I've got to give Valerian and the City of 1,000 Planets, I'm not going to be nice to this one. I've got to give this one 2.5. Yeah, I've got to give this one 2.5 holy hand grenades. Or actually, I'll give this one 2.5 multi-passes out of 5. It just barely passes for the visuals. Everything else is just, what did Kevin Sorbo say? Disappointing! Yeah, so that's Valerian. Don't watch it. Go watch Fifth Element instead. You won't regret it. Let's move on to the last movie that I want to talk to you about today, and that is, of course, a little thing called Atomic Blonde. Yes, this bombshell of a movie starring Charlize Theron and John Goodman was really enjoyable. I liked this movie, but again, it was very predictable. From the moment... spoiler alert, spoiler alert. I'm going to try not to spoil it, but just in case I accidentally say something, spoiler alert. This movie was very predictable. Helen Keller herself could have seen the ending coming. From the 30th second of this movie, I knew exactly where the twist was. I knew exactly where they were going to take this, and it was very disappointing in that regards because the style of this movie, the color tone, the cinematography, the acting was all phenomenal, but the script was just gross. Even James McAvoy in this movie was fantastic. He was great in Split, and I'm really starting to get on Team McAvoy. I'm definitely still more Team Stewart, but McAvoy is slowly winning me over. I gotta say that the action in this movie, the hand-to-hand combat sequence, were fantastic. I'm sick of the Bourne series kind of action where it's all chopped up and edited to bits, where this was a more solid, fluid camera movement between action and really push you into the intensity of those fight scenes. I know I gotta stop. I just wanted to say that. So if you could just please, just please let me... Okay, thank you. So yeah, Atomic Blonde, definitely more positive than not, so I'm gonna have to give that one a... What do we got? Oh, okay, yeah, I'll give it 3.5. No, make that 4. I'll give this a 4 holy hand grenades out of 5 as well. Because despite my ability to predict the end, it was still an enjoyable film.
Netflix and killing it.
Yeah, Netflix and killing it. This is where I'm going to talk to you about movies that I found on Netflix or watched on Netflix and really enjoyed and think you should watch it. I'm not going to give them some big reviews here. I'm just going to mention them and tell you to watch it because, trust me, go in blind. I went in blind, and it's the best thing to do for these movies because otherwise the trailers really ruin everything. And so starting off, I want to talk about ARQ, or ARC. Found on Netflix. It's a time travel movie, but go watch it. Again, I can't say anything without ruining it, but trust me, if you like time travel, watch this movie. Also, if you like time travel movies, check out the little movie called Time Lapse. Also on Netflix, or actually, I think it actually left Netflix at the beginning of this month, so today or tomorrow, whenever this comes out. But find it if you can. Time Lapse is fantastic. So I might have said a little bit too much there, but trust me, go watch it if you like time travel. Again, check out 2 of those movies. And the last movie I want to talk to you about that I didn't see on Netflix, but it is on Netflix, it's called Green Room. Patrick, it is so delicious. I mean, there's no other word for this movie. This movie is delicious. You just want to eat it. You just want to eat more of it. I can't stop watching this movie.
2, 3, 4.